Hey everyone, good morning. How's it going? I promise you, we're gonna get some heat. We're gonna get some movement to counteract all these, misty morning. I apologize for being late. If you don't know, about half of the city's power went out, so I was stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but we made it. So thank you all for being so diligent and showing up early. You beat me. And you can all give yourself a pat on the back for that. And just for after class, maybe don't head over that way and go out that way to avoid all the madness that is over there. For those of you who don't know, my name is Elisha. I teach free yoga here at the Whale Tail most Saturdays. If you want to check out the schedule, you can go right there at the front, check the A-frame. I'll set up some of my other things after class, and you can connect with me after class. I'd love to get to meet you, and you can stay up to date with all the updates, when class is coming out, and all that good stuff. Today's class is themed around hiking and going out on adventures. So we're going to be building up a lot of ankle stability and strength, as well as our quads, our legs, as well as our core strength. We'll be doing some nice thoracic mobility, which is just some upper body twist. So that's really good when you're carrying large loads like a backpack, or if you're on a backpack on the trail, or maybe you're taking a backpack to work. All of these things apply to all facets of life. How many have you ever been walking around San Francisco and you don't see a curb, and then you almost roll your ankle? This class is great for you too, because I've done that many of times. If there's any injuries that you want to come to me and talk about, we'll get started in just a moment. So feel free to come up here as we let a couple more students come up. But if not, I'm not seeing anyone. If not, we'll get started. So, join me in a seated position. We like to start all of our classes off in a seated position. I like to start all of my classes with a seated meditation. You can sit cross-legged. You can sit on your knees, whatever feels good for you today. Start to roll the shoulders up to the ears, roll it back down. Maybe you gently rock side to side. You start to find some stillness. And you can either have a soft gaze down in front of you, or if you feel safe to do so, you can close your eyes here. We'll start to bring our awareness to our breath. Taking long, deep inhalations in through the nose. Big open mouth sigh. Let it go. I'd like for you to just think of a moment. Think of this moment. Think of an adventure that brought you joy or peace. Maybe it was walking through the city. Maybe it was out on a trail, Mount Tam, the Presidio, maybe all the way to Yosemite, maybe somewhere really, really far away. I'd like to invite you to just invite that feeling into you throughout your practice. Maybe the joy, maybe the peace, whatever it brought you. Take a moment to bring that into the forefront of your mind. All together, we'll take one deep inhalation in through the nose. And big open mouth sigh. Let it go. Start to slowly open your eyes. Come back into the space. Okay, beautiful job. Start to release your hands by your side. Start to wiggle your left fingers. On your next inhale, left arm reaches up overhead. And then bend that elbow, brings a hand behind you. The palm faces in between the back. And then start to reach the right hand up for a nice tricep stretch. And then you can gently press that elbow down. So this is a really nice stretch to stretch out the tricep, to stretch out the upper back. See if you can sit up a little bit taller. One more breath here. And exhale, release right hand down. Release the other hand. We switch sides. Inhale, right hand lifts. And then place the opposite hand on the elbow and gently press it down. We're going to move into this pose later in class and then build on it. But if this is already feeling like a deep enough stretch, you may want to stay here. It's our tricep stretch. We'll move into our cow face arms. We'll take one more breath. And then exhale, release. Start to shift forward onto your knees. We'll come into tabletop position. Stacking the shoulders over the wrist, hips on top of the knees. Start to warm up the spine with cat and cow. Drop the belly, roll the shoulders back, lift gaze up. And exhale, tuck tailbone under, press the ground away. We do this 2 more times, timing each movement with the breath. Final breath here. Move through the exhale. And then start to come back into a neutral tabletop position. Ground into the left hand. Inhale, right arm lifts up towards the sky. We're doing thread the needle, but we'll make this more dynamic. So gaze towards the sky. Exhale, start to bring the right hand in between the left wrist and the left knee. Don't come all the way down. Inhale, we lift. And exhale, thread. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, this time we come all the way down. Shoulder comes all the way down to the floor. Right hand facing up. And you can stay here or you can walk the left hand to the top of the mat. See if you can move that right hip back slightly to square the hips. One more big breath here. Hold through the exhale. And then start to walk the left hand underneath the left shoulder. If you took that version, inhale, right hand lifts. And exhale, bring that hand down. Same thing, other side. Inhale, we lift that hand. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, thread. Final time, inhale, we lift. Exhale, thread all the way through. This time bringing the left shoulder all the way down. You can stay here or walk the right fingertips up towards the top. So feeling the nice stretch in the back of the shoulder. See if you can square the hips. One more big breath here. And if you took that hand variation, start to bring it underneath the shoulder, grounded to right hand. Inhale, lift left arm up. And exhale, come back down. Awesome job, everyone. Starting to introduce some core movement here. Start to step your left foot back, grounded to the left hand. Inhale, right hand lifts up, right thumb faces up towards the sky. Now this may be enough for you. You can stay here if you want more. On your next inhale, left leg lifts up. Press that left heel back towards the back of our space. Left toes face down. Actively engaging the core. You can stay here. We're moving into our full bird dog. Take a big breath here. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Curl into that small ball just like we did in cat. Inhale, open up, expand. Exhale, knee to nose. Or knee to elbow. Inhale, open up. Exhale, knee, elbow, come into a small ball. We hold it here. Inhale, open up. And exhale, left foot comes down, right hand comes down. Gently rock the hips side to side. Same thing, other side. This time, step right foot back, right toes come down, ground into right hand, and then inhale, left hand reaches up towards the sky. So left thumb facing up. And for more support, you can always curl those left toes under. I find that this helps me in this pose. You can stay here. On the next inhale, lift that right leg up. Feeling the whole back side of the body engaging here. And you can stay here, moving into our full bird dog. Take a big breath. Exhale, elbow to knee, curling into that ball. Inhale, open up. Exhale, elbow to knee. Final one. Inhale, open up. Exhale, elbow to knee. Hold it here. Inhale, we open up. And exhale, drop the hand, drop the knee. Gently rock side to side. From here, moving into a toe stretch. So curl those toes under. Start to walk the hands back towards the knees. And we're just going to sit here for a moment. Start to press the hands into the knees. Coming up into a hero pose. So curling the toes under. This may feel like a lot. If you need to take some of the weight off, you can press your hands forward. But otherwise, really focusing on stretching out the heels. You can place your hands on your hips. Just one more quick breath here. And exhale, come forward. Come back into that tabletop with our toes curled under. Start to lift the hips up towards the sky, downward facing dog. Start to pedal the feet out. Shake the head yes, shake the head no. Take a moment to notice how this downward facing dog feels. And then start to come back into stillness. Bend the knees super deep. Look towards the top of the mat. Slowly walk the feet to meet the hands. Hang heavy here. Forward fold. Just take a moment to let the low back decompress. You can let the hands hang heavy, or you can grab opposite elbows. You can stay still, or you can gently rock side to side. This is personally one of my favorite stretches. I try to do this almost every single day. We'll just take one more big breath here. Then release, let the hands hang heavy. Start to slowly roll up to a standing position, stacking one vertebrae at a time. When you get up to the top, roll the shoulders up to the ears. And then release your hands by your side. If you're not already there, come to the top of the mat. Toes come together, heels slightly apart. And then from here, we move through 2 rounds of our Vinyasa. Start to bend the knees, sweep arms up overhead, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come down to the mat. Step the feet back, high plank position. We modify our first one. Lower the knees down, untuck toes. Squeeze your elbows into your side. Lower the chest down all the way. From here, moving into Cobra. Inhale, we lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, release. Ground into the hands. Shift the weight back towards the heels. Coming into a child's pose. Curl toes under. Lift hips up towards the sky. Downward facing dog. One big breath here. Bend the knees, look towards the top of the mat. Slowly walk the feet to meet the hands. Hang heavy here, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, release. Ground into the feet. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead. Reach up towards the sky. And exhale, release your hands. And we do that one more time. So that is our modified version. Feel free to take that throughout your practice. You can also skip these vinyasas and take a child's pose if you need it. Come to bring the toes together, heels slightly apart, hands by your side. Inhale, bring arms up overhead. Get as big as you can. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, place hands on the mat, step high plank position. Option to stay here and lower the knees down. Moving forward, chaturanga, lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. One big breath here. Bend the knees, look towards the top of the mat. Slowly walk the feet to meet the hands, hang heavy here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Ground the feet, reach up overhead. And exhale, bring hands to heart center. And release them by your side. Beautiful job. We are going to move into a chair pose. So you can either have your feet about hip distance apart, or you can bring your feet together, whatever feels better for you. Bend the knees, sweep your hands across the mat, arms reach up overhead. Start to sink your weight back into your heels. Take a moment to gaze down at your toes, make sure the knees are moving past. See if you can sink back. And then from here, lift the gaze up. Make sure that we're not sticking the booty out. Actively engage the low abs. Tuck the tailbone under. Couple options for you. You can stay here. You can see if you can sink a little bit deeper. And for our biggest challenge of the day, see if you can lift the heels up and come on your toes. We hold it here. Maybe sink a little deeper. And exhale, lower the heels down, forward fold. Shake it out, bend one knee at a time. Shake the head yes, shake the head no. Your choice of a vinyasa here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands go on the mat, step or hop back. We all meet in a downward facing dog. You can always skip this and take a child's pose if you'd like, and then meet in a downward facing dog. On your next inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, stack that hip. Make some circles with the knees, circles with the ankle. Our three-legged dog. You can stay here, you can flip your dog by stepping that right foot back, lifting the hips up, right arm reaches up overhead. If you're going one way with those circles, switch it up. And if you flip the dog, we all come back, three-legged dog. Right leg kicks back, right toes face down. Step the right foot in between the hands, lower left knee down. We all come into a lunge. Hands come on, and then lift up, low lunge. So this may be enough for you to stay here. If you want more, arms lift up overhead. And similar to what we did at the beginning of class, you can stay here, or you can come into that tricep stretch, start to bend that left elbow, and place the right hand on top of the left elbow. Make sure you're tucking the tailbone under to feel that nice stretch. And you can stay here, or for the full expression, we move into cow face arms. So reach that right hand behind you. See if you can capture the hands behind the back. If that feels impossible for you today, just take that tricep stretch, getting all the nice benefits of this pose. If you're able to grasp the hands, see if you can open the chest up a little bit more. One more big breath here. And on the exhale, release the bind, arms lift up overhead, and exhale, cartwheel the hands down, move into half splits. You may need to scoot that left knee back a bit. Start to shift the weight back towards the hips, right toes face up towards the sky. This is one of my favorite stretches to do because it offers us tons of options to stretch out the ankle. So start to gaze the right big toe. Imagine that you're pressing down on a gas pedal, so start to point the right foot forward. Inhale to lift, exhale, press down. One more time, inhale, lift, exhale, press down. And now start to bring that right toe up, and we're going to bring it side to side. So with the toes facing the sky, start to turn the right foot over to the right side of the mat. Inhale back to center, and then exhale, bring it towards the center, towards the left. And then we'll do that one more time, making a nice half circle here. The next time that the right foot faces up, bend into that right knee. We'll move into lizard pose. So start to walk the right foot over to the right side of the mat. Place the right hand in between. So you're gazing down at your hand. You'll see your left hand, your right hand, and then the right foot to the outside. Tons of options for you here. You can stay here. You can curl left toes under and lift that left knee up and gently rock forward and back. Goal here is to stretch out that hip flexor. And if you want even more, you can always lower down onto the forearms, or you can even pivot to the pinky side edge of that right foot and gently press that right knee away. So whatever version you take today, they're all kind of a little bit different, but they'll all be stretching out that left hip flexor. Just different variations, depending on what feels good for you and what you need today. We'll take one more big breath. And at the end of the exhale, if you're lowering the chest down, start to lift up. Start to toe heel that right foot in between the hands. Curl left toes under, lift left knee up. Step the right foot back, downward facing dog. We'll do the same thing on the other side. On your next inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, stack the left hip over the right. You make circles with the knees, circles with the ankle on your three-legged dog. You can flip your dog by stepping that left foot to the outside of the mat, pressing the hips up, left arm reaches up overhead. If you're making those circles, you can switch the direction. And if you're flipping your dog, we all meet back in our three-legged dog. Left toes face down, look towards the top of the mat, step the left foot in between the hands, lower the right knee down, moving into a low lunge. Hands to the hips, and then lift the chest up. So take a moment to settle in here, tuck the pelvis under, engage the core, and then if you choose to, you can start to lift the arms up overhead. And again, this may feel good for you today, or you can start to move into that tricep stretch, or even those cow-faced arms. So start to bend that right elbow, and then place the left hand on top of the right elbow for that nice tricep stretch. And you can stay here, or start to reach the left hand behind the back to capture the fingers. And come into that cow face arms. And if you're at home and you're trying to do this, you can always find a belt or a dog leash or a tie or something, and you can create more space by putting between the hands if you can't quite get that grip. If you have the cow face arms, maybe opening up the chest by slightly lifting the gaze up ever so slightly. We'll take one more big breath here. And at the end of the exhale, release the grip. Both arms lift up towards the sky. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat. We'll move into a half split. So you may need to scoot that right knee back. And then we shift the weight back so the toes face up towards the sky. So you start to feel a nice deep stretch in that hamstring, maybe the back of the calf. You can always tent up on those fingers for more height. And then start to gaze at the left toe, should be facing up towards the sky. And we're starting to stretch out the ankle. So start to press down on that imaginary gas pedal, pointing the toes. Inhale to lift, exhale, press down. Inhale, lift, final one, exhale, press down. On your next inhale, start to lift those toes up. We do that same rainbow shape here. So start to curl the toes over to the left side of the mat, and then inhale back up, and then start to bring them into the center. We'll do that one more time. You may feel a nice IT band stretch here, which is on the outside of the leg. Next time that the left toes face up towards the sky, bend into that left knee, walk the hands up towards the top of the mat. We move into a lizard pose. So start to toe heel that left foot over to the left side of the mat. Starting to gaze down at the mat, you'll see your left foot, your left hand, and then your right hand. And this may be enough for you today. You can stay here in a lizard pose. If you want more, curl right toes under, lift that right knee up, and you can shift forward and back, stretching out that right hip flexor. Should feel nice. And if you want more, you can always lower down onto your forearms. And from either of those positions, from your forearms or from your hands, you can also pivot into the pinky side of that left foot, and then press the left knee away. So all different versions of this pose. It will feel a little bit different, whatever version you take. But overall, just let this feel good. We'll take one more big breath here. Hold it through the exhale. On your next inhale, wherever you are, start to walk left foot into the center. So your hand is under, and then step the left foot back, downward facing dog. Shake the head yes, shake the head no. Excellent job. From your downward facing dog, on your next inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, start to shift forward, bring your knee to nose. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, right knee over to the left elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, step the right foot in between your hands, pivot left foot down. We come into a warrior two. Inhale, arms lift up overhead. Arms reach out to the side. So bend into that right knee. Make sure the right knee is on top of the right ankle, shoulders stacking over hips, arms reaching out to the side, and then gaze past the middle finger of the front hand. Maybe getting that extra balancing pose here with the wind. We'll hold it here, one more breath. On your next inhale, moving into starfish, straighten your right leg, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Two more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Final one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior two. This time, start to straighten that right leg, reach forward, right hand comes down, left arm lifts up, triangle pose. So imagine that you're in between two planes of glass. Have a small micro bend in that front knee, protect the precious knee joints. Imagine that your left hand is slightly lifting up, so you're not dumping that weight into that right hand. Keeping this pose active. Nice, great adjustment. Saw you over there. One more breath. And exhale, start to bend into that right knee. We lift back up, warrior two for just a moment. Flip right palm up, reach forward, reverse your warrior. Right arm reaches up. And exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down to the floor. Step your right foot back. Option to take a vinyasa, or you can stay in a downward facing dog, or you can take a child's pose. We'll all meet back in our downward facing dog. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So from your downward facing dog, on your next inhale, left leg lifts. Step your left foot in between your hands, pivot your right foot down. And on your next inhale, start to lift up. Left arm reaches forward, right arm reaches behind you. So bending into that front knee, press into the pinky side edge of that back foot. Hold it here, one more big breath. On your next inhale, starfish, arms lift up overhead, straighten front leg. Exhale, warrior two, bend. Two more times, inhale, lift. Exhale, bend, final one, inhale, we lift. Exhale, warrior two. This time, straighten front leg, reach forward. Left hand comes down, right arm lifts up. So small micro bend in that front knee. And imagine that the right hand is pulling you up towards the sky to keep this pose active. So we're not dumping. Feel that strength all through the side of the body. Make sure your shoulders directly stacking on top of one another. Nice. One more big breath here. Start to bend into that front knee. We come back, warrior two. Turn left palm up, reach forward, reverse. And exhale, cartwheel the hand all the way down to the floor. Your option to take your vinyasa, to skip it. Whatever you choose, we'll all meet back, downward facing dog. All right, from your downward facing dog, bend the knees, look towards the front of the mat, hop your way up to the top. We come back into chair pose, sweep your hands across the mat, arms lift up overhead. We're only gonna be here for a moment. We're gonna twist this, start to bring the hands together to heart center. Take a big breath here, inhale. Exhale, bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Gaze down at the knees, making sure that one knee isn't moving in front of the other. Keep them in line. And you can stay here with hands out heart center, or you can open them up for a little bit deeper of a stretch. Hold it here. And if the arms are open, start to bring them back to heart center, into that prayer position. So bringing into some balancing challenges here, some ankle stability. Start to ground into that right foot. Curl your left toes. Start to lift that left knee up, getting light on that left foot. And then we're gonna step that left foot all the way back behind you. Don't worry if you need to take a couple steps to get there, but our goal is to step all the way back. Nice, up there. On your next inhale, we lift up, coming into that twisted position. Arms open out to the side. I know this is very challenging. And now come into a high lunge. Right hand comes by right hip. Arms lift up overhead, high lunge position. Great job. Hold it here. Continuing our theme on our ankle stability, you can stay here, but if you want that challenge, start to lift that right heel up and then lower it. 2 more times. Lift and lower. Final one. Lift and lower. Great job, everyone. Place the hands on the hips, moving into a warrior 3. Start to shift forward. Gaze at your right big toe. Start to either drag your left foot or lift all the way up. So a couple options in your warrior 3. Imagine that you're first making that T shape. So you're kicking that left foot back behind you, left toe is face down. You can stay here with your hands on the hips. Arms can open out to the side, like airplane wings. For your big core challenge today, your arms will lift up overhead. Imagine that you're grabbing a big beach ball, wherever you are. We'll hold it here, 1 more breath. And exhale, start to bring your hands back on your hips. Draw the left knee into the chest, come into a standing position. We move into an eagle pose. Start to cross your left foot over. And you can either use that foot to the side like a tripod, or you can wrap it behind. And you can stay here with the hands on the hips, or come into that full eagle. Arms come out to the side. Bring your left hand under so the elbows are meeting. Hands come either to your shoulders, or you can bring your hands together. Your right ankle might be feeling tired. It's totally expected. We're strengthening it. All those small little micro muscles of the body, of the ankle being strengthened right now. 1 more big breath. Start to come out of it. Release the feet. And then bring your feet all the way down and shake it out. And we'll take a quick vinyasa here before we do the other side. Toes come together, heels by your side. Bend into the knees, lift up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale. Option to either step or hop back, flush it out. We all meet back in our downward facing dog. Same thing, other side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Oh no. Actually, bend into the knees, look towards the top of the mat. Hop your way all the way up to the front, doing chair pose. So sweep the hands across the mat, arms lift up overhead. Sink your weight here. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a big breath here, inhale. Exhale, bring the right elbow over to the left knee. Take a moment to gaze down at the knees. Make sure that one isn't moving in front of the other. Nice. You can stay here. You can open the arms out to the side. Feeling that nice deep stretch. The arms are open, start to bring them back to a prayer position. This time grounding to the left foot. Start to get light on those right toes. And then you can either take a couple steps, or you can try to step that right foot all the way towards the back of the mat. Nice. Take a big breath here. Use your inhale to lift you up. And then arms reach out towards the side. Coming into that twisted high lunge. And then we come back into a regular high lunge. So start to bring that left hand by the left hip, and then both arms lift up over high lunge position. This may feel like enough for you. If you want that added ankle stability challenge, ankle strengthening challenge, start to lift that left heel up, and then lower it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 1 more. Inhale, lift. down. And then we move into our warrior three. Hands go on your hips, start to hinge forward, gaze at left toes. And then either take a couple steps or on your next inhale, lift that right leg up. Right toes face down. So this may feel like enough for you today. That right foot kicking back behind you. If you want some other variations, your hands can reach out to the side, like your airplane wings. For your biggest challenge, see if you can reach your arms up overhead, grabbing that big imaginary beach ball. Couple more breaths here. Final breath. And exhale, start to bring the hands on the hips. Draw that right knee into the chest, coming into a standing position. Come into that eagle pose. For more stability, bring that right foot over to the left side. If you want more, you can tuck that foot behind your calf. And then you can stay here, or you can bring arms up. This time, bring your right elbow underneath the left. Hands can grab opposite shoulder. Or you can bring your hands together. Finding a focus point in front of you. The wind, making this even more challenging here today. We take one more big breath. And exhale, release, shake it all the way out. And then we're gonna rinse it out with our Vinyasa, coming to the top of that mat. Inhale, bend into the knees, lifting up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands go on the mat, step or hop back. High plank. You know what to do. We will all meet back in a downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, start to lower the knees down, cross the ankles, and then come back to a seated position. So you'll bring feet out in front of you, and then we'll lower all the way down to grab the back of your thighs, or all the way down to your back. Maybe bring the knees into the chest for a moment. Gently rock side to side, making some circles with the ankles. Just to give them a nice quick stretch after all of that balancing postures that we did. And then start to lower the knees and the feet back down. We're gonna do a couple of single leg bridges and then a regular bridge. Then we're gonna move into our cool down. Place the hands by your side, palms face down. Start to ground into your left foot. Start to tuck the low back in so there's no space between the back. You can either stay here, you can get light on those right toes, or on your next, or rather, no, first keep your regular bridge. Both feet come down, tuck the low back, and then inhale, lift the hips up. From here, you can get light on those right toes. You can let them hover, or you can lift that right leg up towards the sky. Right foot reaches up towards the sky. Imagine that you're pressing the ceiling. If you want even more, turning this into some pulses, lower the hips down. Inhale, kick the foot up, and lower down, lift. Final one, lowering down, and lift. And then bring that right foot down. And then we'll lower the hips down, bring the knees into the chest, just to counter that stretch. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Start to lower the feet back down. Hands go by your sides. Tuck the low back in. And on your next inhale, lift the hips up towards the sky for a bridge. You can stay here. You can get light on those left toes by lifting that heel up. You can let the toes hover, or you can kick that left foot up towards the sky. So imagine that you're stamping up towards the ceiling. And again, you can stay here. For your biggest challenge, we lower the hips down and then lift. Lower down and lift. Final one. Lower down
and lift, and then lower that left toe down, those left feet down. And then from here, we finally lower the hips all the way down. Knees come to chest, gently rock side to side. Start to bring the feet all the way down. Open the arms out to the side, either to a T, or you can cactus the arms if you're short on space. Getting ready to move into a simple twist. Bring the feet together. Press into the feet, lift the hips up, bring them 3 inches over to the right, let the knees fall over to the left, and you can either gaze at the ceiling or gaze past your right shoulder. If you want even more, bring the knees back up to the sky, cross the right foot over the left, and then let the knees fall over to the left. So you're crossing your legs, it'll get you a little bit deeper into that stretch. Slowing down our movement, slowing down our breath. Maybe coming back to that adventure that you connected with at the beginning of class. We'll take one more big breath here. Hold her through the exhale. On your next inhale, knees come back to center. If you cross the legs, bring both feet back down. Ground into the feet. Bring your hips, start first lift, and then bring your hips 3 inches over to the left, and then let the knees fall to the right. You can always cross your legs if you want more, then let them fold over. And either gaze up at the sky, or you can gaze past your left shoulder. So these twists, we've done tons of twists in class today. These twists are so good for stretching up the spine, decompress the low back. We do lots of sitting, carry backpacks, carry purses, just carry our shoulders and our heads. There's so much weight that's all in our spine. So this is a great way to allow ourselves to just decompress and stretch it out, and also slow down. Couple more breaths here. Notice if your heart rate is starting to slow down. Notice if you can slow down your breathing. Final breath. On your next inhale, bring the knees back to center, uncross the legs if you took that variation. We'll move into a supine figure 4. Inhale, right leg lifts. Then bring the right foot over the left thigh. And you can either stay here, or you can bring the hands around the back of your thigh, or you can interlace your fingers in front of your shin. You can explore either flexing or pointing that right foot, and then explore pointing and flexing the left foot. And maybe you find a version that you prefer, and then you can hold it there. And if you want even more, you can use your bicep strength to pull that left knee in closer towards the chest. Your final option for this pose is either to stay still, or you can gently rock side to side. This will give your back just a nice little massage. We'll only be here for a couple more breaths. We'll do the other side. We'll take a happy baby, and then we'll get ready for our Savasana. We'll start to release the pose, release the hands, bring that left foot down, release the right foot down, and we switch sides. Inhale, left leg lifts. Place the left foot on top of right thigh, making a figure 4, and you can stay here, or start to lift that right foot up, interlace the fingers behind the right thigh. You can interlace them in front of the right shin. And you can either start to explore pointing and flexing that left foot, and then maybe pointing and flexing that right foot. And then maybe you find a version that you'd like to stay at. Your final option for this pose is to either stay still, or you can gently rock side to side. We'll be here for just a couple more moments. Final breath here. And on your exhale, start to slowly lower the right foot down and then place the left foot down. From here, draw the knees into the chest, and then you can take your hands and grab the outside of your ankles, or you can grab the pinky side of edge of your feet. Coming into a happy baby. You can stay still, you can rock side to side. You can extend one leg long, and then bring it back, and then extend the other leg long. Stretching out the back of the legs. If there's any other pose that you would like to take after this, you're more than welcome to do so. Maybe it's a shoulder stand. Maybe it's a wheel pose. Whatever you may choose to do. And if not, we'll get ready for our Savasana in just a couple of moments. We'll take one more big breath. If you're in that happy baby, we'll get ready to come into that Shavasana. So start to extend the legs long. If you'd like to take any other pose, you can do that now. For your Shavasana, your legs come out in front of you, or you can bring your feet together and your knees can come out to the side for a supine butterfly. You're lying on your back. So you're either in a supine butterfly with your feet together and your knees out to the side, or you can extend your legs long. And your other option is to place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly, on your back. I'm just showing you here. And this will allow you to connect to your heart, or you can release your hands by your side and your palms can face up. And you can either have a soft gaze, or if you feel safe to do so, you can close your eyes. We'll start to take a body scan here. Scanning from the top of the head, releasing tension in between the eyebrows, releasing tension in the jaw, releasing tension in the neck, in the shoulders, through the abdomen, all the way down to the hips, through your thighs, your knees, your shins, your ankles, and finally all the way out through your toes. Notice how you feel after class compared to when you first began. Going on hikes, walking on trails, or maybe just walking around the streets of San Francisco. It all teaches us that progress isn't measured only by reaching the summit, even if that summit is just walking home maybe one day at the top of a hill. It's found through every step and every challenge that we continue to move through. And our yoga's practice isn't that different. Each time we lose our balance and we have to begin again, we build resilience. And over time, maybe something that once felt hard may feel a little bit easier. Whatever path you're walking this week, remember to move with steady feet and trust yourself when the terrain starts to feel uneven. You're strong, your ankles are there to support you, your legs are there to support you. They will carry you on through life. I'm going to take a few moments to go quiet and allow you to come into your Savasana, and I will wake you up when we're ready to go. Start to bring some movement back into the body. Start to wiggle the fingers. Start to wiggle the toes. We'll take one more big final stretch here. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. If you're in that butterfly position, extend the feet long. Everyone point your toes, get as big as you can. And exhale, release. Bring your hands by your side. We'll start to slowly roll over onto one side. And then press yourself up into a seated position. We'll close out our practice the same way that we started, with a few final closing breaths. Start to roll the shoulders up to the ears. Pull it back down. You can either continue to have a soft gaze or maybe close your eyes. We'll take 3 final closing breaths here. Inhale, breathe in through the nose. Big open mouth sigh. Release. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Final breath. Inhale, breathe in through the nose. This time, hold it at the top. See if you can sip in a little bit more air. Biggest sigh of the day. Let it all go. start to slowly open your eyes, come back into the space. Awesome. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. It's also wonderful to see so many new and familiar faces. Again, if you want to check out the schedule, go check the A-frame. I think my sign may have fallen off, but I'll go out and run and go check it with the wind. Just some housekeeping. If you borrowed a mat, if you wouldn't mind rolling it up and bringing it here and placing it into my wagon, I would be greatly appreciative. If you borrowed one of the gray wool blankets, if you wouldn't mind folding it up and placing it into the black bin here on the right, we would greatly appreciate it. I'm going to pull out, I have a QR code and a jar for cash. If you'd like to leave a tip or a donation, I would greatly appreciate it. I am hosting a yoga retreat at the end of the season. We're going to Baja, California, and Todos Santos. It's going to be really amazing. We'll be there October 1st through 5th. I'll have details up here in the front in a couple of moments. QR code to sign up. I'd love to have you join. We have a couple spots available. Offering some of my students here a discount, so if that interests you, please let me know and I'll be able to share all the details. Again, my name is Elisha. I would love to see you again. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week and I hope to see you around soon. Thank you all so much. Thank you.